Today I am back with the same topic, that is how to find out the valency. So before moving towards the find out the valency, we must know the atomic number of an element. And one more thing we should know, that is how to write the electronic configuration. So let's discuss how to write the electronic configuration. Let's start with hydrogen. The symbol of hydrogen is such, and atomic number of hydrogen is 1, so electron will also be 1. So only one electron is there, so put one electron in K shell. So we know. So for writing electronic configuration, we have to follow Bohr-Bury rules. According to first rule, the maximum number of electron present in a shell is given by 2n square. Okay. So in first shell, you know, first shell means K shell can have maximum how much electron? 2. L shell can have maximum 8 electron according to this rule by putting the value of n in this formula. And in third shell means M shell can have maximum 18 electron and N shell can have maximum 32 electron and so on. And the second rule is minimum number of electron can be accommodated in the outermost shell as 8. In the outermost shell we can have 8 electron or less than that 8 electron, but we can't put more than 8 electron in the outermost shell. Okay, and shells are filled in stepwise manner. According to third rule, shells are filled in stepwise manner. Means electron cannot accommodate the new shell unless the inner shells are completely filled. Means electrons cannot occupy a new shell unless all the inner shells are completely filled with electrons. Okay, so by following these rules, we can write the electronic configuration. Got it? Okay. So like this, helium, atomic number of helium is 2 and electron will also be 2, and in K shell we can have maximum 2 electrons, so place 2 electron in K shell. Okay. Lithium, atomic number of lithium is 3 and number of electron will also be 3. So according to rule, we can place maximum 2 electron in K shell. So how many electrons are left? So remaining electron where we will write in L shell. We can't write in M shell because unless this shell cannot fill unless all the inner shells are completely filled. We can't put electron in next shell, in outermost shell. Okay. So put 2 electron in K shell and remaining 1 electron in L shell. Similarly, in case of beryllium, whose atomic number is 4 and the symbol is Be, so atomic number is 4, so number of electron will also be same as we have discussed about that atomic number is equal to number of electrons and number of protons. So total number of electron is 4, so in K shell we will put 2 electron, then remaining 2 electron we will place in L shell. Boron, whose symbol is B, and the atomic number of boron is 5, so number of electron is also 5. So in K shell means first shell, put 2 electron and the remaining 3 electron we will place in L shell. You know the maximum capacity of having electron in L shell is 8, so remaining electron we will place in L shell. We require only 3 electrons, so write 3 to 5 and electron is completely filled. Now for carbon, whose atomic number is 6, so number of electron is also 6. Put 2 electron in K shell means first shell and remaining 4 electron will place in L shell. Got it? 2, 4, 6. Similarly in nitrogen, 7 electron, put 2 electron in K shell and remaining 5 electron in L shell. For oxygen, whose atomic number is 8, number of electron is also 8. So in K shell means first shell, put 2 electrons and remaining 6 electron we will place in L shell. Similarly for fluorine, whose symbol is F and atomic number is 9. So here first shell occupies the 2 electron and remaining 5 electron goes to L shell. Similarly, in case of oxygen, whose atomic number is 8, in first shell means K shell occupies 2 electron and the remaining 6 electron go to the L shell. 2, 6, 8 completed. Neon, 10 electrons, whose atomic number is 10 and number of electron will also be 10. So in first shell, we will place 2 electron and remaining 8 electron will go to L shell. Here you can see maximum number of electron. L can have maximum 8 electron. Okay. So 2, 8, 10. Neon is an inert gas element because it have 8 electron. It has 8 electron in its outermost shell. Okay. Those elements which have 8 electron in its outermost shells are called inert gas element. We will discuss about inert gas element later. Now, sodium, whose atomic number is 11, electron will also be 11. So, in first shell means K shell will have 2 electron and L occupies 8 electron and remaining 1 electron will go to M shell. We can't write 9. We can't write 9 in K shell because according to rule, L shell can have maximum 8 electrons. So, remaining 1 electron will go in M shell. Got it? Now, similarly in magnesium, whose atomic number is 12 and electron number is also 12. So, in first shell put 2 electron, in L shell 8 electron. We can't write 10 electron because according to rule, first rule of Bohr-Bury, L shell can have maximum how many electron? 8 electron. Okay, and remaining electron will go in M shell. Okay. Aluminium 13 electron atomic number, electron 13. In K shell we will place 2 electron and L shell can have maximum 8 electrons, so place 8 electron here and remaining 3 electron will go in M shell. Got it? In this way, just write down all the first 20 element configuration. Now let's discuss how to find out the valency. So we should know what is valency. So valency, the combining capacity of an atom is known as valency. We have discussed about this. The combining capacity of an atom is known as valency. It is the ability of an atom to gain or lose electron in order to achieve the noble gas configuration. I told you about noble gas configuration. Means noble gas configuration. Element which have 8 electron in its outermost shell are noble gas configuration or noble gas element. Those elements are also called inert gases because they cannot react with any other element. They are already stable element because their outermost shell is having 8 electron. Okay. So those elements are most stable element. Why element reacts? Because to attain stability or to complete octet in its outermost shell. So an element can lose or gain electron in order to complete octet. Either element can lose or gain electron to complete its octet. Means 8 electron in its outermost shell, or we can say in its valence shell. Okay. So here you can see the valency. Hydrogen have only 1 electron in its outermost shell. So what is the valency of hydrogen? 1 valency. Okay. Helium have only 2 electron in its outermost shell, means K shell. Only 1 shell it is having, and K shell have only 2 electron. So the valency of helium is 0. It cannot donate its electron or accept the electron. It is already stable. So helium cannot react with any other element. So it is also come in inert gas element. Okay. Next is lithium, whose atomic number is 3 and in last shell it is having 1 electron. So in order to achieve stability, okay, it can donate 1 electron. So what is the valency of 1? Plus 1, because it is donating 1 electron to attain the stability. So what is the valency of beryllium? It is 1. We have discussed that element can lose or gain electron in order to complete octet or in order to attain stability. So here you can see lithium can donate 1 electron to attain stability in its outermost shell. In beryllium outermost shell have 2 electron. So to attain stability it can donate 2 electron. In case of boron, 3 electrons in its outermost shell. So to attain stability it also can donate 3 electrons. So what is the valency of boron? 3. For carbon, it is having 4 electron in its outermost shell. So it can donate or accept 4 electron. And in case of nitrogen, in outermost shell it is having 5 electron. So to attain the stability, to attain the octet rule, it will accept 3 electron to attain the stability, in order to complete octet. So it is accepting the electron. So what is the valency of nitrogen? Valency of nitrogen is 3. Now we will discuss about the easier way to how to find out the valency. So in the previous topic we have discussed about that if the number of valence electron is less than 4 or 4, valency is equal to valence electron or outermost electron. If number of valence electron means outermost electron is less than 4 or equal to 4, valence is equal to valence electron. Valency is equal to valence electron. So here you can see in case of hydrogen, in outermost shell it is having 1 electron, so valency of hydrogen is 1. Helium is inert gas element, so valency is 0. All the inert gas valency for all the inert gas element will be 0. Because it is already stable, they do not need any electron. It cannot lose or gain electron to in order to complete octet, because it is stable. Lithium outermost electron is 1 in lithium. So what is the valency of lithium? 1. And in outermost beryllium, outermost valence beryllium, it is having 2 electron in its outermost shell or valence shell. So what is the valency? 2. In case of boron, it is having 3 electron in its outermost shell. So what is the valency? 3. And for carbon, for outermost electron it is having 4 electrons. So what is the valency of carbon? Is 4. According to this rule, if number of valence electron is less than 4, valency is equal to valence electron. If number of electron in valence shell is more than 4, then what we will do? We will determine valency is determined by subtracting the number of outermost shell electron from 8. How we will find out the valency? If outermost shell is having more than 4 electron, we can find out the valency for this element by subtracting the number of outermost electron from 8. Got it? So here you can see nitrogen. In nitrogen, outermost shell is having 5 electrons. So it is more than 4 electrons. So we can subtract the 5 from 8. How much we will get? 3. So what is the valency of what is the valency of nitrogen? 3. Next, valency for oxygen. In outermost shell it is having 6 electron. It is also more than 4. So what we will do? We will just subtract the 6 outermost shell electron from 8. And how much we will get? 2. So what is the valency of oxygen? 2. Similarly, in case of fluorine, it is also more than 4 electrons. So what we will do? We just subtract the number of outermost electron from 8. So 8 minus 7, 1 electron. Okay, means these those elements which are having more than 4 electrons. That means those elements whose outermost shell is having more than 4 electron, what they will do? They will accept electron in order to complete its octet, or we can say in order to get stable. This way you can find out the valency. What we have discussed? If the number of valence electron in outermost shell is less than 4, here you can see is less than 4, this exception 0 means inert gas element, so valency will be 0 for inert gas element. Okay, so if number of valence electron is less than 4 or equal to 4, then what we will do? Valency is equal to the valence electron, means valency is equal to the outermost shell electron. If the number of electron in outermost shell is more than 4, then what we will do? We just find out the valency by subtracting the number of outermost shell electron from 8. Okay, so in this way we can get the valency of the element.